Well, hey, everybody. Tuesday, February 16th. Hope you all are doing really well. Happy late Valentine's Day. Hope you guys all had a great one. And listen, hey, we apologize for not getting on last week. Rory had a huge ice storm where he's at in the Portland, Oregon area, and we're going to get him on Instagram in just a second here. Hey, guys. Oh, nice to see you. Thanks for joining us. But I know that you all had a ton of questions, and I have them all stacked up here to ask Rory because this last week's episode was all about Adam Sandler. And the big question was, is Adam Sandler really a jerk? And we're going to answer that for you. And there's a lot of other things that we packed into this episode. And if you guys listened, like it was kind of like just a banter. Really, it just opened up like all these other things for Rory and I that we talked a lot about. But we also talked about, obviously Rory's career in the movie industry and Adam Sandler's favorite drink, product placement in movies. So if you haven't listened, you'll want to, oh, wait a minute. Here comes Rory. Let's get him in here. I see him. There we go. Cool. What's up, YouTube? I see you guys. And on Facebook. Hi, guys. All right. We also talked about how to treat others once you become successful. So just aside from just Rory being a child star actor. Hi, Rory. Rory's on Insta now. Hi. So aside from Rory being this child star actor, we also went in depth about really how to treat others once you become famous. Not necessarily Rory, but just others in the Hollywood music and movie industry. Yeah. Entertainment industry in general, like what that looks like.
And I would say business world as well, because it all overlaps these days.
It really does. Just it's so dynamic. There's so much to it. And so we definitely dove a little bit into that. And then the things so the things that you learn about Hollywood and making movies, and then knowing if the celebrity lifestyle is right for you, right? And Rory learned that at a really early age. And so I imagine that was important because here you are talking to me. So thank you. But you told me, Rory, that through this process of just like recording the podcast and putting it out there into the world, aside from the questions that we have from the audience, you told me that your mom actually recalled a few things. Can you shed a little light on that now?
Yeah. There was, so strangely enough, so I was talking with my mom last week just before we were supposed to go live about this about this episode. And before this, as Dominica was saying, I got hit with an ice storm, didn't have any power, didn't have any internet, didn't have any cell service for days. So we were dealing with that just major ice storm situation here. But we're back up and running.
You're okay, though. You guys are good now?
Yeah, okay. We're okay. Right. Yeah, now. So, but I was talking with my mom, and I was like, oh yeah, what happened is she mentioned, she's like, oh, I saw that episode about Kenny Chesney, and I'm like, oh yeah, it was a few weeks ago, and she's like, does the song really sound like it? I'm like, well, listen to it. Right. You let me know what you think.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay, I will. And I was like, we just did this week about when I did Happy Gilmore, and she's like, oh yeah. And she's like, how that came about is they were actually filming this movie down the street. It was a George C. Scott. It was actually a TV show. Really? When I looked it up, and George C. Scott, if you don't know him, he was most well known for playing General Patton in the movie Patton.
Okay.
And I guess Piper Laurie was also in it. And Piper Laurie was the mom in Carrie, and she was also in Twin Peaks.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And so I guess I was hanging out on the set because it was just a few houses down from us where they were filming. And they let me hang out. And so she was like, yeah, that, they let you hang out. And I guess you asked them, like, how do you do this? And they told you, you just call up a talent agency and, you get set up with them and they book you gigs. And and she's like, okay, well, um, after you asked me a bunch of times, I looked into it, and Dominica, you know me, if a bunch of times probably means like 100 times, because once I get an idea in my head,
Yes.
it's going to happen no matter what, right?
Yes. 100%. Yeah.
I will
King of
make it
persistence.
happen.
Yes.
So, so she looked into it, and she had no idea like that's how it happened, and she just called them up and booked me into an appointment, and they took some photos, and for the first year there was no response, and then suddenly we got this phone call out of nowhere to do the Happy Gilmore thing, and that's how it
Wow.
started. And
Wow.
so, yeah, so she said that she was really scared dropping me off on set for that, because
Yeah.
at the time they didn't allow parents on the set. So she couldn't even stay with me. So
Oh.
she was like, at the time I was probably about 10 or 11 when, she's like, I'm dropping my kid off here all day, and, not even able to be there.
Yeah.
And so she was really worried about it, but she said I had a great experience. But I had also mentioned in the episode doing the William Shatner one, she said that was kind of like a disaster. She said it was just a bunch of like, kids running around with no control, no one really managing it. She was like really upset about that one.
Oh, no. Oh.
Yeah.
Your mom's the best
So
too. So
yeah, that's just a little
I'm
more
sure.
behind the scenes what she was telling me about that. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure she was like waiting in the car down the street too. Just like, is he okay? Because your mom's amazing. I've met her a few times, and she really, yeah, she's awesome. So good on her. Good on her for like pushing you to do it, but also at the same time being like cautiously optimistic about how
Yeah.
things would go, you know? All right. Well, we got a couple of questions for you, Rory, specifically from our listeners on Instagram. So, hey, what's
Okay.
up? Talking Single Podcast. I see you. Hey, and Excel Podcast. Hey, guys, how's it going?
Hey.
Oh my gosh. What's going on, guys? All right. So, first question is hey, Rory, has fame gone to your head, not just from being on Happy Gilmore, but from being featured in the media so many times?
Interesting question. Uh, I don't know. I guess you'd have to tell me. I
Hmm.
think the thing with getting featured in the media is, what is your intention? If you think back to someone like that gets that if we go back a few years, someone who got featured in the media a lot, like Paris Hilton, what was the intention of getting featured in the media? Right,
Hmm.
the intention was to just get featured in the media.
Hmm.
The intention when you're a business owner to get featured in the media is to grow your business and to get your message out there so that you can help more people, to provide for your family, to uh, expand what it is you're doing in the world, right?
Yeah.
Now, if you really think about it, what is it that, if you look at that concept of the of media going to your head, is the media that you're doing, is it all about you, or is it all
Hmm.
about what the results that you're getting for people?
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
if you look at, if I throw this question back to you, is it, if you look at what I am doing out there in the world, is it about me? Is it all me, 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 or is it the results that my clients are getting?
It's 100% about your clients. So, for those of you, if you haven't been to rorycarruthers.com to actually look at Rory's testimonials that this guy has, I wish I had testimonials like this. Like, they're insane and they're all 100% true. It's, yeah. So, yes, to answer your question, they are 100% about your clients. And of course, your clients are like giving you a shout out, like, because of Rory, this happened, so on and so forth. But yeah, it's a very good point. And that does all come back to the business realm, right? The big picture business of everything, where make it about the client, make it about the business, not about yourself as the marketer or the entrepreneur behind the scenes, right?
Well, yeah, and
Um,
what's your intention? Is your intention just to get featured in the media, or is it to help people? Is it to
yeah.
grow your business? Like, that makes a difference of how you're going about it. And, is it to is it just to, like, think about this, like they say, people, the success they have by the wake they leave. Is the wake that they leave a path of destruction, or is it a path of success? So look at that when you're looking at the it has media exposure gone to someone's head.
Wow. Mic drop. Good answer. All right, next question. You ready? Ready for it?
Okay.
Do you have any hot tips for YouTube ads? This is random. This does not have anything to do with Adam Sandler.
Nothing to do with this episode, huh?
Nothing
Where
at
did this
all.
come
But
from?
it came from Instagram. But yeah, so someone was asking, any hot tips for YouTube ads? Anything we should know right away?
Yes.
Someone must have seen our YouTube channel grow fast.
Right.
And that's
Yeah.
because of you. So what do you got?
Okay. I guess a couple things. It depends on what you're trying to accomplish, but you can get views. You can like boost the views on your videos very quickly by doing in-stream ads. If you get people to watch past the 5-second point of your video, but that means they have to be engaging enough.
Yeah.
So that means you actually have to run ads that are the specific video that you're wanting people to watch. So we run commercials and then drive people to the actual episodes as well. So that's a different strategy. But if you're just wanting to get the numbers up, you can drive people directly to the video, and it'll actually boost the numbers that you're looking to do. Now, there's understanding that, this is a very complex thing, YouTube ads, but you could display or discovery ads, sorry, are very good for engagement and growing your audience. Yeah.
Something else I want to add to this as well is that YouTube provides you 5,000 characters in your description. Do you know how much real estate that is, you guys? Like per video? That's a lot of real estate you can do something with. It's like a gift. YouTube is saying, do something here. And so if you do keyword research, SEO value, all of that, it's amazing how much space they give you. So utilize that to your advantage. I think that's
and the absolute biggest thing with YouTube.
Yeah.
So this is what I always tell my clients is that the first 30 seconds of your in-stream ads are free marketing. If someone doesn't click and they don't watch the first 30 seconds, that's free branding for you.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
So make sure that you get someone to make a commitment within that first 30 seconds. They either are going to click or they're going to, continue doing what they're watching. And make sure that they understand who you are and what you're about in that first 30 seconds. If you can do that, you get free branding and you don't pay for that.
Isn't that amazing?
It's brilliant, because if you think about Facebook ads, the very first second of a video on Facebook plays, you pay for that.
Yeah.
Where on YouTube, you get 30 seconds. So to me, that's a game changer. Even if you end up paying more overall on Google for your ads versus Facebook, to me, getting that free 30 seconds of branding wins out in the long run.
Agreed. It's working for us. It'll work for you. It'll work for you. Okay, moving on. Last question, because I know we got to cut this off pretty soon here. All right, Rory, if you could go back in time and say anything to Adam Sandler, knowing what you know now in life, what would it be?
Ooh, this is a good question. I would say, how do we hang out?
Can I get your number?
No, I mean, like, how, like, you think about this. Adam Sandler treats his friends very well. Okay.
Yeah.
He invites them to be in a lot of his movies over and over again. And he's very kind to his friends. He's known to just randomly take them on vacations, buy them cars and things like that. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say, not beyond that, just like, hey, like how can we continue to work together? How can I, continue to be in movies or hang out and, things like that. I'd say like, how can I, especially at that point, because he was just starting to grow.
Come on the
If
scene.
I was in the mindset of like where I am now and not like
Yeah.
an 11-year-old, I would say something along like, how can I help you continue to accomplish what you're looking to accomplish?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because
Mm-hmm.
if you can help someone grow and reach their goals, they want you to be a part of that success.
Of course. How can I help you? You help me. Let's work together. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Smart. All right. I guess this is a wrap on Is Adam Sandler really a jerk? And the answer is no, he's not. Apparently, he's a really nice guy. So there you have it.
But there's
All right,
lots
everybody.
of really cool business info and behind the scenes info about Happy Gilmore in the episode if you haven't watched it, so check it out.
Yeah. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of the week. Actually, it's Tuesday. Rory and I are going to be back this week because we have another episode coming up. We are going to be speaking with a phenomenal individual. His name is Matthew Comfer. You guys have to check it out. So I think we're going to be going
leadership.
It's all about leadership, and this guy's incredible. So much so where I got all like tongue tied, where I was like, "Wow!" Where I really like couldn't even find the words because I was like so enamored because this guy is so cool. So I'm sure we'll be back probably Thursday or Friday. We'll be live with him, so stay tuned for all of that, and we'll see you guys soon. Talk to you later.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.